welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to continue on with the Coloring on a Budget series. I have had some subscribers ask me to please continue that, and I have had the intention of doing so. I just had not managed to get any of those filmed recently. It's actually been a very long time, but that is something we're going to start back up on the channel. My intention is to film at least one coloring on a budget video per week moving forward. And so hopefully everything will work out and we'll be able to do that and keep that going. So today what we are going to do is we are going to be looking at the Sargent Art Watercolor Crayons. It's a set of 36. I got these from Amazon because I happen to have the Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2 15 set, but the 15 set is all that I have, and I have wanted more colors, but unfortunately I'm just not able to purchase a larger set at this time. So I was looking, trying to see what I could find that that I could use, that I hopefully can enjoy as much as I enjoy my Neo 2s, but that would give me more colors. So when I was looking on Amazon, I found a few different sets, but I found this set of Sargent Art watercolor crayons. It's a 36 count set, and I should have looked before I started filming. I do apologize for not doing so. But I'm pretty sure when I got these, I paid something like $20 to $25 for the set of 36 colors. These are the colors, and it has the color names listed in the back of the lid. I apologize for the light coming in from the window. So I will show you. I have swatched these out. I'm just going to place this in the lid and set this to the side. I have swatched these out on some watercolor paper. This is 350 GSM watercolor paper. There's 24 sheets in here. This was in my Dollar Tree in the plus aisle for $3. And I actually really like this watercolor paper. And this is what I'm going to be swatching a lot of my my wet media on. My watercolor paints and some of my, even my acrylic paints and different things like that. But, so I do apologize. I hate that there's such a funky light coming in the window. But so up here is the 36 set of Sargent Art watercolor crayons. Down here we have the Neocolor 2s that I have, the 15 color set. So hopefully you can see that the colors aren't a tremendous amount different. Of course, your Neocolor 2s are going to be better quality. They're going to be higher quality because they are artist grade. But I have found these Sargent Art watercolor crayons to be very nice. I think, personally, anyway. I do enjoy them. I enjoy them quite a bit. I do have some tips that I've learned or figured out from using them that makes it a little bit better. And I will show you a page or two that I have done using these so far. So there's a page I'm working on in Mythographic Cosmic Spirit. My daughter ended up getting this for me, and I did the background on this page with them. This is still a whip, and I apologize for my cat in the background. Hang on one second. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so this is the one in Cosmic Spirit that I've done recently, and that was with like a shade of purple and a pinky purple shade together, blended together. And then I have done a couple others. I've been playing with these quite a lot. I really enjoy them. So in A Million Sea Creatures by Lulu Mayo, I did this background using 2 or 3 different shades of blue. Hopefully you can see that. I tried to do a gradient from like the bottom to the top, but I really like that. And then in A Million Unicorns by Lulu Mayo, I did this one here, and I did the grass at the bottom with a green, and then I did the top, the sky with a couple shades of blue. So there is that. Now I have a picture picked out in Botanicum by Maria Trolet that we are going to do, and it is this one here. We're going to do the background on this, and we may even base some of this with the sorry, my fault, with the Sargent Art Watercolor Crayons. Give me 1 second. Just want to grab a clip. So hopefully, we'll see if this works. No. Clip it from the bottom. There we go. Keep it clipped down. Okay, so first, before we start, I'm going to show you what these look like up close. We are going to use some blues, so here I'll just grab a blue. Actually, let me grab one that I've not used yet. Apparently, I guess I've used all the blues so far, and I really want you to see what it looks like when you first get the set. So we'll just grab this gray rose right here. So when you first get them, they come like this, with the end kind of just flat there, and they all look like they have kind of a white coating on the outside, if you can see that. It looks kind of grayed. And I have found that sharpening these, they do perform much better. So like this one here, if you can kind of see, this one's not got that white coating on it any longer, or anything. So what I have is, I have this 2-hole pencil sharpener. It came with one of my art kits. I'm not sure which one exactly, but it has a larger hole and a smaller hole. And for these, I used the larger hole. And I've got all my little shavings in here from where I've been sharpening them. I just try, because these, on most of these, the paper that's on here just slides around. This one, of course, because I'm making a video, is not going to do that. Let's see if I can find one that does. Yeah, see, this one, they're just on there really loosely. So I just pull this back, and then put this in the put the crayon in the sharpener, and sharpen it. And honestly, you could save all of the bits that come off when you sharpen it, and use that as well. All of this is water soluble, so you could basically turn that almost into paint. You probably are hearing my son in the background playing. I apologize for all the background noise today, but we are home today. Okay, so I got that one sharpened. So hopefully you can now see the difference. And if you look here, you can see the difference. This has that white coating on it as well. I'm not sure if that's something they do to try to protect the crayon in shipping, or what exactly causes that, but there it is. And so now it's sharpened. But we'll look at this label real quick. And it says finest watercolor, I'm sorry. Finest water-soluble crayon, pastel, dark ochre. So these do have color names on the paper. The only thing is, once you get down so far, this color name is gonna, of course, be gone. But yeah, so, all right, we will pick out a couple colors for our sky behind our squirrel. And I think I'm gonna go with Prussian blue and ultramarine blue. So we will pull those out. And I'm pretty sure I've already sharpened those. Yes, so here's the Prussian blue and the ultramarine blue. And I've already sharpened these. This one I've sharpened more than the other one, so I might give this one more quick little sharpen. And here. And I know these are all getting mixed together, but technically, yeah, like I said, the bits, especially if you keep them separated, you can use those and turn that into, because it's pure pigment right there, you could turn those into paint, or, you know, kind of like a watercolor paint or whatever. Mix that with a little bit of water in a palette and use it that way. Okay, so we're gonna get started here, and our darkest color that we have, or that we're going to be using on this, is the Prussian blue. So I'm just going to take the Prussian blue, and I'm going to start around the edge of the frame. I'm sorry if I'm jiggling the camera around. I got to figure out a better setup with my tripod, so please bear with me. Try my best not to make it jiggle too much. But all right, oh, here, let me zoom you in too as well. Sorry about that. All right, bring this down so you can see. So I'm just going over this real lightly with the Prussian blue. Just really lightly. You honestly don't have to put too much pressure down or anything like that. And then, let's see. I'll probably make sure you can. I need to zoom back out just a little. There we go. All right. So I'm gonna use the Prussian blue as well, and just kind of come around everything that's sticking up just a little. Again, very, very light. It's barely touching this paper, and it's laying the color down like that. So, and since the squirrel's right here, I'm just going to fill that area in with the Prussian blue and go all around the squirrel. I wanted a nice little spring picture to do this with for you all, since we are all in spring now, or technically, even though our weather may or may not act like we are, depending on where you live. Anyway, hope everybody's been doing good. Doing okay. It's been a very long time since I filmed. Yeah. Okay. So we'll probably do this one little section here And that way, hopefully it doesn't take too long. Again, there are other brands. There are a lot of different brands of watercolor crayons on Amazon and probably other places as well, that you could find. And the 36 count is the biggest that I could find that the Sargent Art had. They have a 24 set and the 36 set. They may have a 12 set too, I'm not sure. But the 36 was the largest set that I found. And that's still like 21 more colors than what I had in my Neo, so that does give me quite a few more colors to play with. And of course you can blend these, and you can also try to mix them to create new colors or whatever. I'm not the best at that, so that's why I like to have more colors if possible. So now I'm going to take my ultramarine blue and I'm going to go over what I put down and finish filling in the area. And again, it's still just super light pressure. I'm not trying to burnish nothing, not like with, you know, your colored pencils or anything. Just trying to fill in that space. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, you don't have to get rid of all the white spot, which is the beauty of these. Because once we activate this with water, it will fill in those places. So it will. You might not. I'm not going to guarantee it's going to be a solid wash of color, because it's not going to be perfect, but it will fill in the space. I do really like these. I mean, granted, like I said, they're not as good a quality, of course, as Caran d'Ache Neo 2s, but those are considered artist grade. So I would not expect them to be. However, I do find them to be good, especially for what they cost. And they're a lot of fun to play with, and there's a lot of different ways that you can use these, and we will be using these more on the channel. But you can use these for backgrounds, you can use them to base the main elements of the page, and then go over with some colored pencil later. And we may do a little bit of that in this video today, just to kind of show. But yeah, there's lots of different ways that you can use these. And there's even more ways that you can apply them other than directly to the page like I've done here. You can also take a water brush and take it directly from the crayon and then put it down, and that does tend to give you a little bit more vibrant color lay down, but doing it that way. But I don't mind doing it this way either. Okay, so I have some paper towel and my water brush, and I'm just going to get my water brush ready. Okay, and then we will start on this. Now, I try to start kind of in the lighter color and then work my way into that darker color. And just kind of play with it back and forth a little bit. And I may run over the edge on some of this, and that's okay. I don't mind that. Colored pencil will go over top of it. Gel pen will go over top of it. So it's not that big of a deal to me. Yeah, so I'm basically just in circular motions here, going over this color and activating it and moving it around with my brush. And you can always also do multiple layers if you feel the need when you're done. If you don't think it is quite vibrant enough, as long as you let it fully dry in between layers, you can add more layers to it. So that's something else you can do. Or you can touch up just certain areas by taking the pigment straight from the watercolor crayon with your water brush and adding it to the area where it's lacking. Whew. I just ran over my squirrel. That's okay though. Like I said, the colored pencil will go right over top. And especially since I'm going to be coloring the squirrel in shades of brown, it's not a big worry. And like I said, this, of course, is not looking real even or anything like that. But that's, for me, that's okay. I don't mind the splotchy kind of, or speckledy look, however you want to describe that. I actually think it kind of adds to the background, and I really like the way it looks when it's finished. Now, granted, I'm not the best with a water brush, with a paintbrush at all. I'm not super steady-handed. But I'm gonna try my best here. I do have carpal tunnel in my wrist, so sometimes it's not easy for me to grip certain items or to be very steady. So, but it's okay. Now, I will leave a link in the description box for these for anyone who is interested. I am not an affiliate. I do not receive anything if you use my link. It is strictly for you to be able to find it easily. So, if you're interested in these, if you've ever wanted to try watercolor crayons or Neo 2s, but you couldn't necessarily afford the Neo 2s, I think these would be a good alternative. They are pretty budget friendly, and these watercolor crayons, they will last a very long time. They really will. I've used some of these colors to do multiple pages, and it doesn't look like they've hardly been used at all. So even sharpening them, I believe they will last a long time. So, all right, there is our little section of sky behind our squirrel. Let's see. And I'm gonna do the rest of this in the exact same way. All of the rest of the background will be done just like that. So now I think maybe just so you can see a few other colors, maybe we will base some of this using the Sargent Art Watercolor Crayons. And I'm just trying to look at my paper and see what colors I want to use. I think we will use the gray rose. I do need to sharpen that one, but I think we'll use the gray rose for the flowers, and we'll base a few of those on camera and let you see that. Yeah, I cannot get this paper to move, so I will sharpen it with the paper right there. So I really just need to get that coating off the outside edge is the main thing. Okay. And this is the gray rose. And we'll just do a light base. Let me zoom you back in so you can see better. Do a light base on a few of these flowers. So again, I'm just lightly coloring over the flower. Just barely touching the paper. And do this one here. And this one right here. Okay, and then we will take our water brush. Again, make sure there's no more color left on there from the blue. And we will activate this. And again, like I said, if you're not happy with the color after you've activated it, you can let that fully dry and go in and put another layer on top. For these, I just want a very light pale pink color so that I can come in with my pencils later after it's dry and add some definition to that. That is one thing though, if you are going to use it to base the image, you'll always kind of want to go for what the lightest color in that combo that you want for that item to be. Not sure if that came out right, but I think you know what I mean. So there we go. There's our flowers. We've based a few of those. And let's see. Our tree branch here. We could base it with, I think we'll use the ochre. Kind of a yellowy tan or brown color. And then you just want a light, even layer over the whole thing. Give me just one. Okay, I'm sorry about that. My son was needing to talk to me for a second. So we're just continuing on with this ochre. Oh no. I ran right over top of the squirrel's little arm. But if you realize that you've went over an area that you did not want that color before you activate it, you can lift it, or at least part of it, with an eraser. But again, your colored pencil will go over top of that as well. So, and the squirrel is going to probably be in browns as well. It'll be different from the tree, but still. So, the thing is with these, since they are water soluble, you don't even have to be You don't have to be super precise. You don't have to fill in the area 100%, or any of that. Because when you come back through with your water brush, it's going to spread that color around. So this is a way that you can also get areas filled in pretty quickly. And if you have anything like carpal tunnel, arthritis, anything that makes it hard on you to use certain pencils or anything, this also may be an alternative to that, because you don't have to apply pressure at all to make these work. So, right, make sure my brush don't have any pink on there, and then we will activate the tree. And we'll just move that color around. Kind of in circular motions, or wiggling my brush back and forth. I go back and forth between the two different things, so. It's kind of like that. And again, we'll, like I said, we will play with these a little more on the channel also in the future, even more, and use them in different ways and things. So you could definitely use more than one shade on this tree if you chose to. But again, I'm just trying to do like a light base layer, and then I will come in with my pencils and define everything and add detail. So. There we go. There's our tree. So that was just mainly to give you an idea, to show you that you can use it for more than just doing backgrounds or things like that. But anyway, I think that is where we will leave off for today, and I will finish doing the rest of that off camera. If you would like to see me adding the detail with colored pencil, just leave me a comment down below, and I would be more than happy to do that on camera for you. And if these videos are anything that you would be interested in seeing more of, let me know that as well. And keep an eye out, because like I said, I would like to film a coloring on a budget video at least once a week. And we are going to go over, my plan is we're going to look at multiple things, different things that are budget friendly, that we can use for backgrounds, that we can use for coloring, whether it be colored pencil brands, marker brands, different things like this, or gel crayons, paints, all kinds of things. We're going to look at all kinds of things, and and even books that are budget friendly, and discuss where you can find them budget friendly and everything. So, like I said, if that's something you would be interested in, please keep an eye out for that. And also, if you like this video or videos like these, please do give me a thumbs up. It really, really helps out the channel. And if you have not done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel and leave me a comment about anything at all. And I will see you in the next one. Till then, stay safe and happy coloring. Bye, guys.